Greetings everyone. Today I would like to continue my random talk about the random stuff, but today's topic is going to be quite different. It's going to be quite earthly matter. I would like to talk about inviting someone and have a drink together. I mean a drunk party. Well, some of you may wonder what can be interesting about it. Well, for me it's interesting because I never had someone, this invited and had alcohol together. I never had alcohol with my wife, never. I mean, we never sit down together and had an alcohol together. But recently I had one with one of my friends, a girl, a very smart person who knows English, Japanese, Korean. She can rant quite, heavily on Korean on the phone. And I was wondering, Korean, something like that. And she also knows Chinese, and she was studying Russian. So she's, very educated woman. And I was very, I was attracted to her. I liked her I liked her, look, very clean, this educated, smart woman with a less, this cosmetics, and she's quite, not so quite, she's older than me. So I had a chance to invite her to have a drink with me. You see, it was quite, hard to say, these simple words like, can you visit me? So, how to say? Would you like to come and have a drink with me? Yes. This was quite hard to, directly say to her, and I did, say, and I was like, yep, and she accepted it, and she said, I didn't expect you to visit, invite me. I thought you were quite nerd, something like that. I thought you wasn't, interested in, this woman, and it's kind of strange that you have, invited me, something like that. And we, had, talk, and I, offered her juice, and I, coffee, etc., etc. And we also bought a pizza, and we were eating pizza. And of course, I was planning it, and I had, one bottle of alcohol. It's this more like a wine. So she, when I offered it, she said, "Why not?" And after we finished this one bottle, things became a little bit, hot. I mean, the talk was quite open, and we decided to buy the second bottle. After we, went to the store, we of course bought the second bottle, and she also bought, one of these. She decided that we need a candle, and I wasn't, I could not ask it, I first thought it was trying to create some, this romantic atmosphere, but in later, when we were in the middle of, the second bottle, she explained that, this candle was for chasing away, this bad smell, mouth smell, or this alcohol smell, etc., etc. But before she, before we opened, the second bottle, she, asked for pajamas. something comfortable to this to wear, so, something like that. I wasn't this interested in pajamas, or told wasn't I told you that pajamas wasn't so important. My wife this wears this sleeping pajamas, and I always asked her, what the hell, why you wear this clothing when you are sleeping? These pajamas are like this something of this Western, and I don't maybe Russian, I don't like it, something like that. But she explained that this we are like about to drink the second bottle, so it is quite possible that I this spill some of alcohol in my clothing. So I would like to avoid it, and I need something this comfortable. I cannot this sit here on my jeans and stuff. So she undressed, and she wore this something comfortable that I had, and she explained that this is also this is a civilized way to drink an alcohol. It is like this Japanese are drinking alcohol. In Japanese movies, when there this big company boss invites his this lesser worker, and invites two women, and they wear this sleeping kimonos, and what happens next. So when you are having this civilized drinking party, you need to have some pajamas for your guests. I guess the number of people is about 4. If this if it's more than 4 people, you cannot be such this, how to say, such private about it. I mean, this 3 girls and 1 man feels okay. 2 girls, 2 men is okay, but 1 girl and 3 boys doesn't this sounds okay for me. So this this quite close, or quite this how to say, good quite good drinking party is like less people, and with this pajamas. So since she was this changing her clothing, I noticed that she had this tattoos, and well, the evening ended with this she showing her tattoos to me, and well, I have nothing to show, and I did told her that I'm quite ashamed of my body because it's fat and it's quite soft, etc., etc. She said, this, oh, well, you look fine, and I guess you need better not to, this, how to say, eat too much sweets, and this get more, try to make yourself a bit tight, she said. Well, there was this this she said that you need to learn a lot of stuff, seriously. You act like this, you act like a little boy, you have this kind of, you act like a little boy. You need to look more manly. And she this even tied my this hair like this in the back, like this, and she said that now you look a little bit better, something like that. So well, after this we had this good this good drunk night, and I this, she called her brother, and her brother came, and her brother took her this to her home. And the last time I couldn't this, she wasn't replying to my messages, so I this called, but she they hanged the phone, and I received recently I received this message that you're funny, but don't call me, I'm not interested, something like that. Well, that was that was a hell of a this good experience. And when you're like inviting a person, make sure you have ice in your the refrigerator. She asked for an ice, and when she asked like this, do you have this? Can I smoke? And do you have this this this, how to say, for this smoking? And of course I don't have this at home. And she said, man, you need to learn a lot of stuff about this inviting someone to home and have a this drink party. Well, drinking is not forbidden here, and drinking is of course important part of our traditional religion, obviously. And I have a problem with this drinking. I had a problem with the drinking. I wasn't good at drinking quite many years ago. This until this my friend's how to say wedding. I vomited at the wedding because I wasn't good at drinking alcohol. Recently I had to learn how to drink together with my father, because my father this how to say takes me to Korea, and Koreans are different compared to Chinese, because after like 10 more than 10 years you don't drink with the Chinese, but Koreans usually invite you to this some kind of this meal together with the alcohol. So I became quite good at this handling with an alcohol. And this I feel that this elder generation, or the fathers or parents, you need to tell certain stuff about how to drink properly, about drinking this etiquette, something like that. And I feel that this, when you are drinking in a public place, you don't drink a lot. I mean, in a bar and cafe you must not drink too much. And if you want to drink quite heavily, you need to visit one of each other's this homes, that you drink and you become drunk and you immediately can sleep there, something like that. And sometimes I see people in the streets that they went to a pub or the bar, and they got drunk, and they are like this going home, this how to say vomiting in this in the streets, etc., etc. I feel that this is a very uncivilized way this to drink. And this, I wish I had this had her invited second time to learn more, but I guess she's not interested, and I felt very sad about it. So today I'm decided to make a video about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.